Hello everybody and welcome sa BYY Podcast Episode 2. I'm Eko and kasama kong yayaw-yaw ay walang iba kundi si Beshi May Alex. So, kamusta Beshi?
Oy, Beshme, kamusta tayo dyan? In YouTube, in podcast land. Welcome sa aming podcast.
Welcome everyone and thank you so much sa mga viewers natin na live and also sa mga nanood dun sa previous episode. And I'd also like to give a shout out sa Rule of Law, our sponsor for today's video and podcast by the way. So you can check his Facebook page, Rule of Law. He posts every Tuesday morning ng Manila time ng mga MTG single needs nyo, mapanong format man yan, Dual Commander, EDH, Popper, it's there. So just go ahead and check it out, okay?
Dibs lang ng
So,
dibs, mga
i-
kapatid. Dibs lang ng dibs.
dibs lang, but dibs moderately, okay? So,
Sige.
ano nga bang topic natin for today, or this week, Beshme?
So, ang topic natin for this week is just an introduction of Boys of Yao Yao. So, when we did our first episode, we provided an introduction of what the aim of our podcast will be. Pero this time around, we'll be discussing how long we've been playing, where do we play, what type of format do we play, and syempre our decks that we play. So as we've discussed before, we played CEDH mostly play CEDH, pero we also have our casual decks that we can discuss a little bit later.
Yun, medyo exciting in a way. So, makikita natin kung sinong mas masama sa ating dalawa. Then, yeah,
Kung sino bang mas maitim ang budhi sa
kung
ating
sino
dalawa.
ang mas maitim.
Malamang
Hindi.
ikaw na yan, bro. Kita mo
Holy shit,
naman. Kita mo
man.
naman. Fresh na fresh pa to, bro.
Okay. So, yeah, let's go ahead and begin. Would you like to start or ako na?
Ikaw na, pare ko. Ikaw na mag-start natin this week.
Okay, so for this one, yeah, again, for those who still don't know me, I'm Echo. So I've been playing Magic the Gathering. Um, Actually, it's kind of a while now. Pero I started playing Magic regularly 2017. So it has been a while. Not
Twen-
really that much.
2017 ba talaga yan? Parang sa edad, parang di na mampards.
Regularly, kasi I'll give the background, okay? So namulat kasi ako sa MTG when I was a kid. So
Yun.
bata pa lang ako, tinuruan na ako ng kapatid ko maglaro ng Magic. Back then it was type 1 and type 2 pa if I'm not mistaken. So ginawan ako ng deck ng kapatid ko na from their draft chaps ata. Then it's just a typical black deck na whatever fits just play it. It's just a matter of learning the ropes kung paano yung mga tapping. Naalala ko pa nga dati no may mga mana burn pa eh, 'di ba? Nowadays wala na, right? So
Baka di
ayun,
alam ng mga
then
ano yan, ng mga Gen Z yan, bro. Ano may
so mana burn.
Ako, di ko alam yan. Di ko alam
Oh,
yan, bro. Di ko alam yan.
uh,
Anong mana burn, bro?
Google nyo guys. Okay. So, ayun, mana burn, meron pang gano'n nun. Then, I stopped kasi, nagkaroon kami ng something sa bahay, nag-renovate. Then, parang naitapon yata yung mga cards namin nung panahon na yun dahil nga sa perspective ng mga
Magulang.
lola't lola natin, 'di ba? I'm not really sure if the cards are worth anything, probably to this day, pero hindi ko nga din maalala kung ano yung mga cards na yun. So yun, that's that. Then I went back to playing when I was in college. So the format that I was playing back then is modern. So the reason
Modern. Anong set
yeah,
nun, nung time na yun, nung college mo, Pards? Anong set yan?
uh KTK pre, Cans of Tarkir.
KT. Ay,
Yes, KTK. So naalala ko pa nun, I don't even know what ang value ng fetch land back then. Pero ayun nga, Cans of Tarkir nung bumalik ako. There was a friend here na sinabi, "Laro ka ulit ng Magic." Kasi they knew na naglaro ako by sabihin ko na marunong naman ako niyan pero I don't have a deck anymore. Then nung niyaya nila ako mag-modern daw ako, sabi ko wala akong pera kasi siyempre estudyante pa lang tayo, college student and marami tayong ibang ginagawa din. Then sabi, "Ano na lang buuin mo, mono red kasi mura." So ayun,
Mm.
bumuo ako ng red deck wins nun na alam mo yung mga Raging Goblin,
Oo.
Monastery
Goblin Guide, yung
Swiftspear.
may mga Goblin Guide,
Wala
gano'n
nga
ba?
akong Goblin Guide nun, wala akong pambili pre. Mahal pa yung
Dapat
Goblin Guide
dapat di ka
nun.
uminom sa kuya mo, dapat uminom ka sa kuya mo, 'to naman.
Ayun nga, eh. Hindi, by that time din naman kasi yung kuya ko hindi na rin naglalaro. So,
Ah,
wala na yung mga naglalaro sa'min talaga. And ayun, nung niyaya ako, nag-modern ako, then hindi ko masyadong nagustuhan. Kasi
mhm,
parang
mhm.
pinasali lang nila ako ng tournament just parang pangpuno yata. Then sabi ko, I think I'm not up to par pagdating sa tournament. Ang ginawa nung TO, pinahiram ako ng cards, isang set ng Lightning Bolt, ng Goblin Guide, Eidolon of Rebels, para lang makalaro ako. Pero I don't
Para
really know.
makasabay. Para
Oo,
makasabay kumbaga, mm.
siguro, pero hindi, eh, hindi talaga nag-pan out, eh. Wala yata akong naipanalong
Ah,
set nun, eh, or round. So, ayun. So, after nun tumigil ako. Then, back 2016 when I started with, my previous job. Okey, hindi ko i-endorse, akala mo, So,
Uy, uy,
ay,
baka naman, meron na
ba
tayong sponsorship.
baka naman, baka gusto niyong dumagdag dun sa hanay ng rule of law sa taas, sabihin niyo lang sa'min. But anyway, going back when I worked, then, nakita ko si Lawrence Dualo, the owner of Rule of Law, na nagma-magic. Sabi ko, "Ay sir, naglalaro pala kayo niyan." Ako rin marunong ako niyan, eh. Siyempre akala mo yung pabibo ka na
Mm,
marunong din ako niyan, eh. Then sabi niya,
mm,
"Sige dalhin mo yung cards mo, yung from my modern, then try natin laro tayo." Then we
mhm,
played. Then after that, niyaya niya ako sa 6750 na maglaro daw ng
hmm,
Commander. Sabi ko, "Ano yun? Paano
okey,
ba yun?" So, he explained the gist of the Commander format. Then ayun, and ayun na, dun na ako nagsimulang bumalik sa rabbit hole na nag-commit
hmm,
talaga. So, dun ko na natutunan yung EDH kasi nga parang mas ano siya, eh, mas gusto ko yung social aspect ng EDH talaga. Kasi you have
mhm,
4 players, right? Then hindi siya yung typical na yung classic na one-on-one na siyempre kung nakaranas din naman ako ng makalaban ng
yung
control player
wo
na lahat
mm.
ng gawin mo ka-counterin, parang ikaw na lang maglaro, king ina mo, 'di ba?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oy, oy, oy.
Eh, hindi siyempre
Pero yun yung ano, eh, 'no, yun yung mga parang dreaded kapag tournaments, eh, yung walang ngumingiti. Yun yung pansin mo kapag
ah.
tournament, parang yung itsura ng kalaban mo parang poker face. Ta's naka-ano
Oo,
lang yung
game face on pre, game face on.
oo, ayaw ayaw ano, ayaw ngumiti.
Oo, so
Ta's kapag
yun,
ano, 'pag natatalo mo siya, nagdadabog, yung mga gano'n. Ayaw mo nung gano'n,
nagta-table flip, wala pa naman. So,
wala pa naman, wala naman.
wala pa naman. So, ayun lang, then I started to, check yung EDH, then sabi ko kay Lon nun, "You might want to help me get a deck." So, which leads me to
Hmm,
some ano, kanina kasi nag-check ako sa tambayan ng mga post ko. So,
mhm.
surprisingly lumabas yung unang EDH deck ko, which is Edgar Markov. So,
Damn! Manyaman,
wait
manyaman.
lang, wait lang, Beshi,
May misis yan,
alam ko yan yung
may
sasabihin
misis
mo.
yan.
Wait lang. So, sa tingin mo muna, magkano ba yung Edgar Markov deck nung
Dude,
2017?
ewan ko 5,000, ewan ko 3,500. Ang
Yan
mahal ng mga
ang
Edgar, ang mahal ng Edgar Markov.
2,200 lang yung buying price
Talaga?
nung panahon na yun. And to
Bata
think
pa
of
kasi
it,
ako, eh.
ako rin, eh, actually, eh. I was born in the Justin Bieber era, eh, so I'm not
Ako din
sure.
Taylor Swift na hindi ko alam ano bang panahon yan, sir?
So yun, anyway, so ayun lang, naisip ko lang yung sa ano, sa
Pero yan yung
mm.
time na ano ka, yan yung time na casual ka. Kailan ka nag-move to CEDH, yung format na nilalaro mo?
Eh, paano naman ayun nga, I play CEDH by the way, pero I think, I started early this year. Well, no, sorry, let me correct myself. 2 years ago, it's not really formally announced as CEDH though. It's
Mhm.
just playing Commander, then put whatever you like. So, minsan makakatapat ka ng
Be
ano,
mean.
oo,
Play
ayun,
Commander, be mean. Yun yung ibig sabihin mo.
ah,
nun.
Shoutouts nga pala dun sa championess ng 6750, yung tipong naka-casual ka pa lang, naka-Torakel na siya. So yun.
Uy,
Parang ganun yun, eh.
nandito ba? Nandito ba yun? Wala, lumabas.
Wala. So yun, shoutouts ko lang naman si Jugo Boss na naka-casual pa lang kami. Alala ko pa nun, Beshi, kasi medyo na-stale sa akin yung Edgar Markov na tribal deck, right? Gumawa ako,
Mm.
Rico of
Think
Many
of the many
Reflections.
paths. The many
Oh,
reflections of many reflections.
I'm not really sure about the whole name, pero si Rico yung Temor. So,
Ah.
putik, tinotorakel pa rin. So, ayun. That made me transition to have the Torakel method as well. Ikaw ba,
Hmm.
Beshi, paano ka ba nag-start?
Well, ako, 1990, mga, ngayon ko lang naisip na, oh my God, natanda ko na.
Shit,
Nung
generational
high school,
advantage.
nung high school ako, third year high school ako,
Mm.
actually, I've been playing, nung grades, nakakita na ako sa school, nung grade school ako. So,
Mhm.
yung nagpapabili ako ng mga packs pa nung panahon sa Field Bars pa sa Mega Mall, sa parents ko, pero I don't really play.
Mhm.
Talagang medyo nagseryoso ako or nag-start talaga ako maglaro ng standard, type 1, tsaka type 2. Third year high school ako. Siguro, 1998. Nung time na yon ang lumabas was, panahon yun ng Weatherlight, Tempest, Stronghold,
Oo.
Urza Saga, Legacy, tsaka, ano yung isa? Basta after nun, ang last ko was Marcadian Masks. Siyempre, after fourth year high school, college ako, medyo iba yung feeling ng college eh. Wala rin masyado naglalaro ng Magic sa barkada ko nung college. So, I stopped.
Okay.
Siguro mga around 2001 yon. So, about 1998 to 2001, I've been playing. Tapos after nun, pinairam ko lahat ng cards ko dun sa barkada ko nung high school. Shoutout
Okay.
sa kanya kasi hindi niya na naibalik sa akin.
Baka naman
yung
gold
mga
mine na yata yun.
yung mga goblin deck ko tsaka yung mga lotus petal ko na marami na pinupunit lang namin,
Oh,
hindi
shit.
na bumalik sa akin. Pero okay lang naman. 2005, nag-start na ako mag-work.
Uh-huh.
May mga naglalaro sa office, tas parang, uy, gusto kong sumali,
Uh-huh.
maglaro. So, standard yon. I think during that time, era naman yun ng, era naman
Yeah.
yun ng Conflux. Kung saan yung lumabas yung Jund, Naya, yung
Mhm.
mga tricolor na decks.
Okay.
Nung time na yon, kalalabas lang ng Zendikar, yun yung naging yun yung naging doon ako nag-boost ng kung ano yung liit nung sinasahod ko doon napupunta. Alam ko may mga kwento pa ako na yung girlfriend ko na misis ko na ngayon, no.
Oo.
Sabi ko sa kanya sa Robinson's Galleria pa yun sa basement.
Mhm.
Mami, bumili ako ng 4 na cards, naubos ko yata yung sahod ko.
Oo.
Sabi niya sa akin, binili mo? Ba't ilang ba yan? Madami ba yung binili mo? 4 lang eh. Isang set ng, ano nga yun? Verdant Catacombs.
Oo.
Magkano lang ang Verdant nung panahon? Parang 800 isa. Magkano lang sahod ko? Nung isang set na yun, naubos bigla yung sahod ko kasi nagbahid ako ng renta ng bahay. Galit na galit yung
Grabe.
misis ko sa akin.
So
Pero,
yung
nung
sorry, yung pang-grocery niyo ginawa mo na lang Verdant Catacombs, gano'n ba?
Oo, medyo luto muna kami sa rice cooker ng
Medyo wild yun,
ng noodles,
tapos?
ng noodles. Pero, nung time na yon, nag-start na ako maglaro. I started playing FNM's tournament. Standard lang yung nilalaro ko. Modern was fairly new that time. So, di
Mm.
pa ako naglalaro ng modern. Tsaka may EDH na nung time na yun, pero apat lang na, isang grupo lang sila lagi, tapos hindi naman ako marunong. So, hindi ko siya napapansin.
Okay.
Siguro 2008, nagpakasal ako. So,
Mhm.
nung nagpakasal kami ng wife ko, no, that's not 2008. She's gonna get mad at me. Pero nung nagpakasal ako, nung
Tread
time namin,
carefully.
we needed money. So,
Uh-huh.
malawak yung malawak yung collection ko nung time na yon kasi Kompleto ko lahat ng fetches, ng Zendikar, tapos nagbuo ako ang kasama ko pa noon, and shoutout kay Jay's Collections. Siya yung kasama ko noon, naglalaro kami ng Grand Prix sa Glorieta 6, sa Glorieta 5. Wala pang Glorieta, sa
Okay.
Glorieta 5 noon. Ang gamit ko was Kaugo, which was
Ano
yung
y
a deck popularized by Brian Keebler.
hmm.
Yun yung meron kang Squadron Hawk, tas kinakabitan mo ng mga espada yun. Control deck siya,
Oh.
Azorius, tas kontrolin mo lang yung tas meron kang Squadron Hawk, lalagyan mo yun ng Sword of Isopamine, gano'n. So,
Okay.
nung time na yun, sikat na sikat yung deck na yun, 4 na Jace the Mind Sculptor, may Baneslayer Angel. So, excuse me. Nung time na yun, kompleto ko yun. Yung mahal yung deck na yun. Tapos, magpapasal na kami ng wife ko. So, we needed money. So, nag-decide ako na parang ibenta lahat ng collection ko. So,
Oh, okay.
everything from what I had, kung ano man yung na-scrounge ko galing doon sa high school friend ko,
Oo.
tapos kung ano yung na-collection ko na nakuha ko during that time, binenta ko lahat yon except for the lands ng Zendikar. Kasi nung time na yun, favorite ko yung favorite na artist ko si John Avon. So,
Okay.
yung Zendikar lands kasi may John Avon na full art lands na dati wala, hindi uso. Ngayon, sobrang laganap na yun eh. Pero nung panahon na yun,
Oo, totoo.
usong-uso yun. So, yun lang ang tinira ko. Tsaka isang set ng lightning bolt. So, after nun, tumigil ulit ako. And actually, I just restarted playing post-pandemic. Ang set nun was Neo Kamigawa, just came out.
Oh, okay.
Tapos, ang first ko na tournament playback was a sealed event for New Capena. Nung
Oh,
PR release ng New Capena. Actually, pinost ko
so
pa yun eh. So,
mm,
yun na yung balik ko talaga. Pero, nung bumalik ako na yun, tinry ko lang mag-sealed event kasi mahilig ako sa sealed event even before eh.
mm.
Pero, bumuo na ako ng casual commander deck, which was yung pre-con ng Strixhaven na
Pres
Prismari Performance. Yun yung pangalan.
yung Prismari, yung EZ deck, right?
EZ, yes.
Mm.
Ang gamit ko noon was si Veyran. Yun yung Voice of Duality. Yun yung
Ay,
pangalan ng commander ko. Hindi ko ginamit yung Zafri.
ayaw mo kay Thunder Conductor?
Ang laki ng CMC eh. So, mahilig ako sa small CMC control type. Tapos medyo maganda yung feel ng copy-copy. So,
Mm.
yun yung binuo ko. Napanood ko siya sa isang podcast. Tapos tuwa ako sa kanya. So, yun yung binuo kong first deck. So, that's where I started playing CDH. Siguro ano yun? 2000, post-pandemic, 2019, I guess, 2020.
I think it's 2021 or
2021 pala. Yeah, you're right.
'di
It's
ba,
2021.
21,
Yeah,
yes, oo.
2021.
Kasi
So,
I remember nung Neo Kamigawa, bumili ako ng box din niyan and,
mm,
nagbubukas ako ng box habang pinapanganak yung bunso ko.
mm.
Ang
Ako din
nakuha
eh.
ko ang nakuha ko Bosejo lang, literal. Yun lang yung
Actually,
maayos.
ako actually, nung nagbukas din ako niyan, nagbukas ako ng Neo. Patago pa nga yun eh. Wala naman yung misis ko. Patago pa yun. Yun yung first box na binili ko after coming back.
Oh, okey.
Ano pa yun eh, tinago-tago ko pa yun. Tapos, nung bumalik ako doon sa pinagbilan ko, "Oh sir, kamusta yung box mo?" Ako, yung misis ko, "Ha,
Di
bumili ka pala ng box."
di mo sure? Di mo sure?
Ako rin, nakakuha
Oo.
rin ako ng Boseiju tsaka ng Otawara na borderless. Yun lang yung nakuha ko maganda.
Buti
Pero
nga may Otawara ka, eh, sa'kin Bosejo lang literal, eh. Tapos
masaya-saya
yung mga
naman na nung
mythic
time na
ko,
yun.
3 mythic yon, yung Soul Sisters, yung parang hayop. 3, yung isa mythic foil pa, eh, ang sarap
Ayun.
mambuwisit, eh. Sakalin mo na lang ako.
So hindi ko pa alam yung collector boosters nung time na yun eh. Ang alam ko lang was set boosters or
Mm.
set booster yung binili ko. Tapos nagulat ako kasi yung presyo 7,500 yata yun.
Oo.
Pero nung last na bumili ako kasi ng ng box, 4,250 lang ang isang box.
So inabot mo pa ba besh yung mga 100 lang yung pack?
Oo, pare, sabi ko medyo wild stuff yun, wild shit yun. Pero yun, bumalik ako ng onte, tapos yun din, same lang din, nakilala ko si Lawrence. So,
Mm.
meron akong binibilan sa tambayan. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, uy, sali ka dito, meron kaming Thursday group sa isang coffee shop sa Anonas. So,
Yeah,
niyaya niya
yeah.
ako doon.
Good job, ha? Baka
Dun ko siya
naman.
nakilala. Wala na, sarado na, kaya nga kami lumiwat. Pwede ba?
Feeling ko
So,
same lang naman yan eh. Baka naman.
baka naman. So, lumipat kami sa isang restaurant sa Along Camias, nung nagsara yun. Tapos, since regular ako ng Thursday, patagal niya na ako niyayayang maglaro 6750. Tapos, one day, kasama ko yung iba kong ka-playgroup from our West Avenue group. Naglaro kami sa 6750. Medyo natuwa ako kasi nung syempre in my quest to win all the time with my Veyran deck, yung Veyran ko medyo high power na pala. Hindi pa ako very conscious nun sa power levels. So unti-unti
It's
ko
a
siya
7.
nilagyan ko siya.
It's a
sa
7.
6.
It's a 7.
It's a 7. Di ako conscious nga sa ano nga yung 7 eh. Ang sinasabi ko lang, casual lang to, Veyran, di naman to ano. So, pero may J-Lo.
Uy, sorry. RIP J-Lo.
RIP J-Lo. pero hindi ko pa alam yun. So, nung time na yun ay yung playgroup din namin, medyo hindi na rin masyadong syempre, lagi kasing nananalo. So, parang I started to look for playgroups na pwedeng high power din. So, nung one time, isang Saturday, pumunta ako sa 750. Ayun. Doon nahanap ko yung hinahanap ko. Shout out kasi kay Jugs. Nakalaro ko siya doon sa isang Thursday namin. Doon ko siya unang nakilala. Binubugbog lang kami nung tibit niya. So nung na-realize ko na baka okay maglaro sa 6750, doon ko sinubukan yung mga decks ko and doon ko naramdaman na at least doon yung casual thinking nila is high power casual. So medyo natuwa ako doon. Na ganun yung tas mas decks is wide. I mean, people there have like 5, 6 decks, iba-iba. So, maliit lang yung playgroup ko before. Medyo lang, limited lang. Sobrang alam na namin isa't isa. Alam mo na turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 nila eh. So, nung lumipat ako, dun ko na parang namulat ako sa mas malaking playgroup. I was really happy with the power levels. So, dun na rin ako natutong CEDH. So, dun na rin ako namulat. So, yung Veyran ko, naging Crack Sakashima. So,
Crack Sakashima na siya.
Naging Crack Sakashima na apparently, CEDH na pala yon. So, nung nalaman kong CEDH na siya, that's when I started delving into the CEDH scene na parang, kasi yung iba nako-compete, tas nagkakaroon ng tournaments across. We have this playgroup, and shout out sa playgroup na yun. Online Discord, which is EDH Tambayan. Na CEDH yung format na nilalaro nila. And doon ako talagang namulat na parang, oh my God, and sa 6750 na gusto ko tong format. Gusto ko yung broken cards, win ang gusto mo lang is manalo and lahat kayo gusto mo.
Yeah.
That's where I started.
That's actually a good good story kasi syempre it has been a while, 'di ba? Sabi mo nga you stopped 2020 late 2010s, right? Something like that. So
Kasi ganong
medyo malayo yung gap din talaga, right? So iba rin yung
layo ng gap, sobra. Tsaka grabe yung wide variety of decks na parang ang dahil mo ulit kailangan tandaan. Alam mo yun? Tsaka yung bagong rules. Alam mo yung, hindi ko nga naabutan yung haste nga. Hindi ko pa alam na haste na yun nung bumalik ako.
So
Pero
you're unaffected by summoning sickness guy.
When attacking does not cost to tap. Yun pa yung mga nabutot ko.
Diyos ko Lord. Anyway, so sabi mo you had your Veyran deck when you started casual, right? So, how about your CEDH decks? Ano ba yung mga current na niraran mong CEDH decks?
Sige. Punta tayo dyan. So, right now, I main 3 CEDH decks. So, I have 3 CEDH decks built. So, my main CEDH deck talaga is CSA. Um,
Mhm.
so, yung Sisay, isa yun sa mga, if you don't know Sisay, guys, so, she's a legendary creature na white, two colorless and one white pip. Human soldier, 2-2 siya, power and toughness. Tapos meron siyang ability na Sisay Weatherlight Captain gets +1/+1 for each color among the other legendary permanents you control.
Mhm.
You pay a Wooburg, colon, so there's no tapping sign. Search your
Mm.
library for a legendary permanent card with converted mana cost less than Sisay's power. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library.
Oo.
So, if yun yung talaga yung pinaka naging main deck ko. I've actually delved into other decks. So, sabi ko nga nung una, Kark Sakashima talaga yung unang-una kong deck. Pero that evolved eh. Parang I went into, after nun, parang I didn't want to win undeterministically. Parang, kasi ikaw, parang 20 actions bago ka manalo, yung Grixis player, casting Torakel, holding priority, casting Demonic Consultation, trigger on, ETB trigger on stack, panalo na. So, parang, na-realize ko na parang hindi, medyo taxing sa utak yung Kark Sakashima. Nag-transition ako to Kenan, which is my
Ah,
second main deck. So,
okey.
kung hindi nyo alam naman kung ano si Kenan, it's a Simic Commander, legendary creature, human druid. So, 1 green, 1 blue ang casting cost niya, 2/2.
Mhm.
Tapos, meron naman siyang whenever you tap a land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type to that permanent produced.
Mhm.
Meron din siyang activation na look at the top, for 5 colorless and 1 green and 1 blue, so 7 total. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card among them onto the battlefield and put the rest on the bottom of your library.
Mhm.
So, nung time na yun, yun yung nilalaro ko and I was really actually, it matched my playstyle. It's a little bit of control. May onting sapakan. Tapos, it can win really fast if you want to with Basalt Monolith and Kenan.
Mm.
Kaso, yun nga, yung tournaments that I've been playing are non-proxy. And during that, right now, syempre, wala naman ako nung ibang... So, meron akong wala kasing restricted
Oo,
cards
piyesa.
doon. So,
Mm.
yung mga pyesa ko kulang. So, doon ako napunta sa Sisay. Kasi, mahilig nga ako sa flipping eh. Mahilig ako sa, parang cheating your cards into the battlefield. So, doon ako napunta sa Sisay ko, which is my main deck.
Mhm.
And then my last deck is Rograk. Right now, is
Mm.
Rograk Silas. Is my
Rogsai, okey.
Rogsai. So, yon medyo fun yung deck ko na yon. Ang ngayon naka-post, yun yung post ban deck ko.
Mm.
Na no proxy. So, it's Rog Silas. So, sa totoo lang, si Rograk naman ang dito,
Ang bida.
ang bida, si Roger. 0 to cast, first strike, menace, trample, partner, 0/1. Yun lang yung niya. And kasama niya yung pretty boy nung deck, si Silas. 3 to cast, 1 colorless, 1 blue and a black. Legendary artifact creature human, Death Touch.
Mm.
Tapos, whenever Silas rin deals the combat damage to a player, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this. So, partner din siya. So, yun yung current na main deck ko. Turbo deck that's really fast. And it's currently in Grixis color. So, actually, even though Sisay is 5 color, wala talaga akong natural Grixis deck, which is
Okey.
yung gumagamit ng Underworld Breach, LED, and
Brain freeze.
Brain Freeze, and then wala rin ako nagtutorakel Demonic Consultation pack na deck. So, I really wanted one. I dabbled, nagpatulong ako magpabuo ng team na Chrome or Blue Farm sa Championess natin and some of our players here in 6750. Pero post-ban, parang hindi ko yata kayang gawin yun ng no proxy kasi that's heavy on dual lands. So,
Mm.
nag-decide ako na to have the same effect and feeling ko talaga na medyo unaffected yung Rogue Rock, or not really unaffected. It was still affected by the bans, pero
Mm.
I felt like the speed is still there for Rogsai. So I really wanted to try it out. So that's what.
I see. Okay. So, Rograk, Kinan, and Sisay. What do
Uh,
you mostly play nowadays, post-ban?
Post ban, actually, I've been playing two. So, well, actually, I've been playing all three. Pero
Mm.
mostly, I've been brewing Sisay back again.
Ah,
So, syempre, love ko na yung Sisay ko. So, um, yun talaga yung naging, kumbaga, I've been playing that a lot, and it had parang good tournament results for
mm.
me. So, I really wanted to make it work, and so far, I've been trying out a few items na might help the current meta. So, actually, meron akong listahan dito.
Mhm.
And let me just pull it up para
Sure.
makita natin yung difference. Ang gagawin ko, i-compare ko siya dun sa OG list ko.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
so try natin. Para doon sa mga nanonood dito, baka pwede kong i-share ng sandali.
You can, go ahead.
Ayan, share na. Give me a sec. Ayan.
Mhm.
So, right now, ang pangalan ng deck ko is Sisa, Basilio, at si Crispin. Siguro naman, kilala niyo yan. Kung di kayo absent sa Pilipino or sa Hekasi,
Hmm.
guys, sana naman kilala niyo si Sisa, Basilio, at si Crispin.
Pero may
Ah,
tanong ako diyan kasi
sige,
definitely
pare.
definitely si Sisa, si Sisay diyan. Sino si
Yes.
Basilio at si Crispin?
si, si Basilio. Si Basilio at si Crispin ay yung laging hinahanap ni Sisay. So, yung isa si Darkseid, yung isa si Aminato. so,
Pero
so
lagi naman si Basilio kasi nakaban.
nakaba. so, kaya nga nabaliw si Sisa kasi nabansin sa Basilio, bro.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
So, ito yung post-ban list ko, and comparing to my pre-ban list. So, I took out the three main, alam mo, masakit sa puso ko, which is Jewel,
Mhm.
Lotus, Mana, Crypt, and Darkseid.
Okay.
So, pero there were also some stuff that I took out. So, I took out Rocco Cabaretti Caterer. Kasi it felt like it just looked for Darkseid, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ito yung kapag Rocco for 2, you get Darkseid on board, you get the mana, plus you get the pips from Rocco with Sisay on the battlefield. So, that should help, parang combo your way, or tutor combo your way to a win. So, nagbawas din ako ng kung napapansin mo, nagbawas din ako ng Flesh Duplicate. Nagdagal ako ng clones. So, tinanggal ko si Sakashima the Impostor tsaka yung Flesh Duplicate. Kasi,
Mm.
again, this was just to duplicate or extend my Darkseid. And then, I also had Lurus of the Dream Den. So, I had the play pattern where I cast Darkseid, cast Neoform, sacrificing Darkseid, getting Lurus. After getting Lurus, I recast Darkseid from the graveyard. So, that should, again, it just helps me with pips, with Lurus on the battlefield, and then extending my Darkseid combo with just recasting Darkseid from the graveyard. So, tinanggal ko na siya. And same goes for Teferi Time Raveler. Currently, sa totoo lang, pambounce lang naman talaga kay Darkseid 2 eh. Na may silence. So,
Lang siya naman eh. Bounce
si
spell lang
Jordan.
bounce spell lang siya with a catch.
so tinanggal ko na rin siya. I'm testing it without it. Actually, I had the previous list that had it. Tapos I added Displacer Kitten. Pero inano ko muna, binalik ko. Tinanggal ko pa siya muna kasi I put in some newer items. So I added LED and Oriok Salvagers. So if you don't know, that's called the Bomberman. If you cast Oriok Salvagers, you crack LED for 3 white. Eureka, use the 2Y to activate Oriok, get that back to your hand, your LED, and then recast it. So that's infinite mana. So so that you can cast Sisay and then start your combo from there, diba? I also added back in Chromatic Orrery kasi it's now needed more than ever.
Yes,
Well, I
totoo.
feel like kasi it now fuels my Dihada and Cultist of the Absolute line. And then Derevi. Kasi nga, Derevi will be more prominent on this format, on this new post-ban format. So, yun ang feeling ko. I added a few rocks, which is Felwar Stone and Mana Vault, which just made sense. And then Ioret of the Healing House. So, kung hindi nyo alam to, medyo bago to eh. Actually, nakita ko lang to dun sa mga CC Discords na it untaps. So it's 3 CMC, 2 colorless, 1 blue, 1 for human cleric. Meron siyang dalawang ability. Untap target creature, untap another target permanent, or tap tapos untap 2 other legendary creatures. So this should help me out with the other one that I actually added, which is Giganta the Wellspring. So if siguro yung mga familiar with the builds, this used to be a huge part of the deck. So I just added it back in, and Ioret helps me try to untap that. Kasi meron din akong actually may mga bago na akong inad, which is from Duskmorn, which is another one. Wala dito current is si Marvin. Si Marvin the Martian. Murderous Mimic yata yung pangalan niya.
Murderous Mimic, yes.
So ang mangyayari is kapag nandun si Marvin, so tas nandiyan si Giganta, pwede niyang kopyahin, kinokopya niya yung ability, so I'll have double, right?
So just for those who are listening, ang nagagawa niya is Marvin, Murderous Mimic, 2 colorless siya to cast. Legendary artifact creature toy. Marvin, Murderous Mimic has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. So yun yung nagagawa niya.
Malakas siya kasi it's like an extra dork for you. It's colorless, which is good. Bad for CC kasi it does not add a +1/+1 to CC kasi it doesn't have any pips. Pero it can copy most of the activated abilities that you already have. What's good about it is if you cast it early, tapos you cast Giganta later, wala na siyang summoning sickness. Automatic, mararamdaman niya na agad yung activated ability ni Giganta. And you can start doing that Wooburg thing with Giganta. So
yes,
it's I think it's a good addition to the deck. So I actually added it in. Pero if you've noticed, I've also added Spellseeker here.
Yeah, why? I'm interested.
So Spellseeker here, actually, we've been talking about it. I think one of the guys that I've talked to is also here. It's Kevin from NorCal.
NorCal, represent.
Meron kasi siyang play pattern where you can cast Spellseeker. Assuming that you already have LED on play or even on your hand, right? Cast Spellseeker, ETB, get Neoform.
Oh, okay.
Tapos cast Neoform to sacrificing Spellseeker to get Oriok Salvagers.
Oh, yeah.
Pag nakuha mo na si Oriok Salvagers, then you can do the Bomberman line from there. Since I'm already using Neoform here to get some of my legendary creatures on play using my dorks, I think na it was a play pattern that I can try out here in the deck. So far I've been testing it. Medyo okay. I've gotten some kind of weird wins from it. Pero it's still at a testing phase as of
I see.
I think yung last na hindi ko na pag-usapan is Arena of Glory. I think this is pretty straightforward kasi this just adds haste when you exert it. Tapos I re-added back Smothering Tide kasi we need mana more than ever. So yun lang yung difference ko. Pero I still feel na right now, based on what I'm seeing in EDH Top 16, CC continues to be at top 4, top 16 deck. And again, dahil mahal ko na si Sisa, kahit nababaliw siya at nawawala yung Basil, okay lang. Let's try, continue to try it out. Kaya medyo hopeful pa ako na medyo okay pa siya
Ah, okay. Well, yun, 3 decks that we have and interesting din naman talaga yung mga, kinabit mong bago in terms of the post-ban, right? Siyempre,
mm.
definitely yung bans affect, the deck itself, pero it's thriving naman, eh, and I believe you actually won a few games nung Saturday, right? With
Mhm.
this deck? So,
I
good
yep.
stuff din naman.
Actually,
Alri
yun nga, eh, medyo
mm.
nagugulat din ako na I still won pero ano, eh, natutuwa ako na it's working. Yun yung pinakaimportante ngayon, eh, yung pinakaimportanteng trip natin, eh.
Yan. Siyempre nandiyan na rin naman lahat ng mga blings, eh, 'no?
Oo,
Ya
lahat ng bling ko nandiyan, eh.
ya you have to
Kaya
make it
naiiyak
work.
ako, eh. Alright, alright. Ikaw Beshi May,
Mm.
currently, ano ba ang ginagamit mo, mini-main mo ngayon na CEDH deck?
Okay,
O
so
ano ba
I
yung
ha
mga decks mo ngayon, tsaka ano bang mga mini-main mo?
so I have 2 CEDH decks lang. So
Mhm,
one is, Inala Archmage Ritualist, then
mhm,
another is, Tivit Seller of Secrets. So isang Grixis, isang Esper. Right.
mhm,
So, for those who don't know what Inala is, so Inala is 5 to cast creature, wizard, human wizard by the way. So, meron siyang ability whenever eminence, whenever another non-token wizard enters the battlefield under your control, if Inala Archmage Ritualist is in the command zone or on the battlefield, you may pay 1 generic. If you do create a token that's a copy of that wizard, that token gains haste, exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Then it also has an activated ability wherein you tap 5 untapped wizards you control, target player loses 7 life. So I also have Tivit, Seller of Secrets. So 3 and Esper colors, white, blue, black. It has it's legendary creature, Sphinx Rogue, flying ward 3, then Council's Dilemma. Whenever Tivit enters the battlefield or deals combat damage to a player, starting with you, each player votes for evidence or bribery. For each evidence vote, you investigate, which you create clue tokens. For each bribery vote, you create a treasure token. So while
mhm.
voting, you may vote an additional time. So pwede akong mag-vote ng additional time.
Yung mga
So
yan, yung
yun.
marami sa Pilipinas yung mga boboto ng 2 beses, eh. Kaya tayo hindi
Siyempre,
umaasenso, eh.
oo, eto pa, 'pag nagvo-vote sila, matic treasure.
Kayamanan kaagad,
Oo,
kayamanan.
treasure agad. Anong clue? Treasure ako, be, 'di ba?
Ako gusto ko clue kasi kailangan imbestigahan yung mga 2 beses boboto na yan.
Anyway, so, ah, what
Sige, balik ko ano ba
mm,
ang pag-usapan muna natin yung ano bang ginagawa nitong Wizard Tribal mo na 'to? Ano ba 'tong
ayun,
inala mo na
Wizard
'to? Ano ba 'to?
Tribal. So, Wizard Tribal, yun na yun.
Lakas, ang lakas.
So, Wizard Tribal na siya, yun na yun. No, kidding aside though, kidding aside, hindi talaga siya wizard tribal kasi meron tayong monkeys, may orcs, may recent addition, mga rogue. So hindi siya purong wizards lang. So in terms of this naman, ang ginagawa ni Inala is technically hindi mo naman talaga siya kinakasi. Lalabas lang siya pagka magliligpit na, right? Pagka
Hmm.
mananalo na. So it's a very complicated deck. I picked it up sa totoo lang, I picked it up
Ano?
when, let me just go back a bit. So, previously I was maining Tivit. So, Tivit was my go-to deck nung mga nakaraan. However,
Mhm,
with Dockside being a big force dun sa CEDH format a few weeks ago, weeks pa lang naman, right? So a few weeks ago,
mhm.
it made me think that maybe if I ran Grixis versus Esper, mas maganda siguro yung magiging feeling. So,
Hmm.
bago naman ako nag-Inala ang dami ko munang dinaanan, nag-Marchesa pa ako yung sa OTJ.
Oo.
Oo, Marchesa, I forgot the name, basta yung whenever you commit a crime,
Dealer of death,
ah,
dealer of death.
Dealer of Death, oo yun. So, whenever you commit a crime pero talagang ano lang siya, poster boy lang siya dun, poster girl, right? Hindi naman talaga siya
Crime.
yung ano, kasi yung Grixis Shell talaga yung nira-run ko dun. So, sabi
Mm,
ko, it doesn't make sense if I run this, so I need to find another deck. Remember where I started nung nag-start ako
mhm.
sa, EDH, I had Edgar Markov, right? The
Yep,
reason
yep.
I chose Edgar Markov is because the Inala deck was not available.
Ah,
So, instead of getting that, I thought, di eto na lang, second ano na lang. Well, to be fair, yun naman yung mas mahal na ngayon, right?
mhm,
So, sabi ko nung nagpapalit ako ng Grixis deck, Inala na lang ako kasi I wanted to build that deck nun pa, even nung
mhm,
casual pa. So, ayun.
mhm, mhm.
Eventually when I used Inala, nag-check ako ng primer, yung typical, and holy crap, you have to memorize 20 plus lines sa isa sa 20 plus steps sa isang line lang nung deck, right?
Eto pare, yung kasama na meron tayong kasama ngayon na yan din yung mini-main niya. Alam mo
Mhm.
nagpadala sa'kin ng PowerPoint presentation para kung paano gumagana yung deck na yan. Nalula ako bros.
Grabe.
Yung
Shoutouts nga pala dun sa taong yun kasi yun din yung nag-guide sa'kin, how to use Inala. So,
championess daw
Boss
yun,
Mick,
championess din.
Boss
Championess
Mick
yan, Boss
natin
Mick.
yan. Shoutouts nga pala sa'yo. So, ayun nga, when the primer was given to me, I was like, "Oh, kaya ko ba 'to?" And the dilemma there is I already had the pieces. Bago
Mhm,
pa ako nag-check, nasa akin na yung ibang pieces kaya sabi ko, "Sige na, I'll go ahead and do this." So ayun, so far naman nakakachamba and, nakakagawa naman ng mga wins yung deck. Kaso sobrang ano siya, parang, what do you call this, you need to really learn the lesson before you can win, Kasi naalala ko
anong sabihin
dati.
anong ibig sabihin nun? Anong ibig sabihin nun? What do you mean?
If you notice yung pangalan nung deck, or yung pangalan ng deck ko is Wizard Tribal double quotes, kasi nga Wizard Tribal double quotes, tapos in the Club Edition. Bakit nga ba in the Club Edition? Kasi lagi akong nabo-blowout. Every time na mag-a-attempt ako, there was this one time when I started playing Inala, parang umabot yata ng 3 weeks to a month na hindi ako nananalo sa deck na 'to. Kasi nga lagi nai-in the club.
Kasi sa playstyle yon, sa playstyle. Kasi
Well,
nga
yun nga, Kasi nga you need
ay
to learn the lesson how to play the deck. So
oo, totoo naman, totoo.
it's either you're too impatient or you're too slow. You should be in
Oo,
the
totoo.
middle lang. So ganun yung as far as I can see ganun lang naman din yun,
And I agree. I think in ano 'no, you try to find your timings on where to
Yes.
win, when to win, depende sa board state, mananalo ba ako, kakayanin ko.
Mm.
Do I push through this Mystic Remora and Rhystic Study?
Do
So,
you
yun yung
opt into
tama, yun
those
yung
kinds of things, right? Do you
oo,
go ahead
tama.
and do draw engine then just be vigilant on what's going on? Pero
Mm.
one thing is for sure, pagka ganito yung deck mo, malamang na malamang lagi kang ginagawang punching bag. Kasi people always think na may Adnos yan. Paano mo
Kasi
nasabi?
meron naman talaga, eh. Ayan 'no,
Di mo siya
Adnos. It's instance, Adnos.
so yun, ayun, and yeah, I've been playing Inala for a few months now simula nung nag-back away ako sa Tivit. Kasi nga yung play pattern ng Tivit is more on controlly kasi medyo
Mhm,
in a way tinuturbo ko rin kasi si Tivit, pero I think I've been playing it wrong. Sabi ko nga nung last
mhm,
episode natin, right? So,
mm,
dito kasi sa Inala, there's a chance you can go ahead and do your spell seeker line ng turn 2, turn 3. If you're in a
mm,
magical Christmas wonderland, you can do it turn 0. So yun yung
mhm,
maganda sa kanya. Now, in terms
mm.
of the bands itself, definitely it took a hit, pero hindi naman siya gano'n kabigat. Kasi if you think about it, we don't need J-Lo. Kasi
True.
si Inala naka-eminence naman yan, chill-chill lang siya diyan sa gilid.
Oo.
Yeah, mana creep and dockside definitely affects it, pero hindi naman siya gano'n kabigat in terms of executing your lines, eh. Ang
Yeah,
mabigat
yeah,
kasi dito
I
yung
agree.
rituals and stuff, right?
Mm.
So, yun yung ano niya. Now, even post-ban and pre-ban, pre-ban I'll still be I'll still be bringing Inala. And, for post-bans naman, eto rin yung lagi kong ginagamit. So let me just go ahead and pull up the difference from, the
Oo.
last lists. So yung pre-ban list ko, I run 24 lands.
Mhm.
24 lands lang. I'm not really sure if that's correct or not, pero feeling ko okay naman siya, gumagana naman. Sabi nga
Mhm.
nila, if it works, you don't need to fix it, right?
It's
Pero
working. If it's
if it's
working,
working, yeah,
why fix it?
exactly. So, yun,
Mm.
however, post-ban, I added 2 lands kasi nararamdaman ko na yung pagkawala ni Mana Creep. So,
Oh.
naglagay ako ng training center tsaka Otawara. Then,
Wala kang Otawara pala? Kasi
o
dahil wala kang legendary masyado.
previously, yes, wala akong
Oo
Otawara.
nga naman, oo, yeah,
Ah,
makes sense.
I
Oo.
needed the double color pips instead of Otawara kasi. So,
True,
kaya
true, true.
ni-remove ko
I
siya.
gotcha.
Oo.
Mm.
Then, for ano naman, let me go back. Sa pre-bans, I didn't have One Ring, but I have Phyrexian
Mhm.
Metamorph. So the
Mhm.
reason for that is, of course, Metamorph can definitely copy the One Ring, and it can also copy certain things on the board, such as Dockside for pre-ban,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Then you
Mm.
have your Snap for the additional bounce, of course. Then I'm also running Defense Grid previously. Pero
Mhm.
for my post-ban list, I'm not running Defense Grid anymore. Kasi again, with the loss of mana creep, sometimes yung 2 mana na ibabayad ko sa Defense Grid, pwede ko sanang ipangbayad sa, let's say, yung sobrang too generic for the Spellseeker line for paying the Inala trigger.
Mhm.
So, ayun. Maghihintay na lang ako ng Creek player na maglalapag ng turn 1 Defense Grid. Shoutout
Oo,
sa'yo, Boss Reg.
Bigla lang akong gano'n.
Shoutout sa'yo, Boss Reg.
Hindi mo gagawin sa tournament 'yon.
Hindi, anyway, no ano naman yun, no yes,
Joke lang, joke.
so ayun lang, then I'm also not running Aether Channeler anymore sa post-ban list ko. I have it sa
Mm.
pre-ban. It's actually a combo loop with Dockside Extortionist kasi. I
Hmm.
switched Aether Channeler for a tech card, which I'm trying to
Mhm.
test, which is Dual Caster Mage this time.
Oo, nakita ko nga, may dual caster mage ka, eh. Pero may
Ye
twin flame ka ba? Wala kang twin flame, eh, 'no?
No, I'm not running Twin Flame.
Hindi
Ang
ka na
purpose
nag-run ng gano'n, eh, 'no? Okay,
ang
go ahead.
purpose ko dito pang-agaw ng, let's say, Adnos. If
Oo.
I need it ng I mean, in theory, pang-agaw ng Adnos, pero gaano ba kadalas yung ano na yun? So, probably madalas. I'm not really sure. I haven't really experienced it yet kasi kanina nung
Mhm.
naglaro tayo, that was just 2 games and I'm the only Adnos player as far as I know. Or you as well,
Rogsay
however.
ako nun, rogsay
Ayun
ako
nga,
nun.
ayan nga, yun nga. Kaso nga lang hindi naman tayo umabot dun kasi naka-Citadel ka na, right?
Mm.
So, ayun. Then, another thing I added kasi, yung master ko sa Inala sabi, "You don't need to put this card kasi hindi mo naman sila pipigilan." But due to the post-ban na tumahaba yung game, I added Opposition Agent just
Hmm.
because.
Ano ibig
Just
sabihin ng
because.
just because?
Hindi kasi ang tagal kasi ng game and there's a lot of people that are trying to, set their boards, set their
Mhm.
wins, get their wins by tutoring
Mhm.
whatsoever.
Mhm.
So ayun, that's why I added it.
I
So
agree.
yun lang. Previously I had
Actually, ito
sorry, go ahead.
no,
So
no, 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 go ahead,
ayun
go
na.
ahead.
Ayun nga, previously if you remember last week 'di ba, I added Notion Thief. So
Oo.
parang nag-backed out ako sa Notion Thief kasi parang wala akong masyadong nahuhuli. Kasi ilang games siya lumabas pero nakatanga lang siya dun and it doesn't give anything. At least
Mhm.
for Oppo, medyo magkakaroon ka ng meron siyang psychological impact in a way.
Mhm.
So, ayun. I always say na wala akong Oppo kasi hindi naman wizard yun. Pero now, at least alam na nila na meron. So the possibility is there, right?
Na
So,
mhm. And then your last addition is Orcish Bowmasters. Tell me more about
Yes.
that. Bakit ka bigla naglagay nito?
For ano it actually boils down to the meta game getting longer. So if you think about it, the meta game is getting longer. Definitely there will be Rhystic, Mystics, or whatever draw engines that a player has on the battlefield.
Mhm.
So it's nice to have OBM, and at the same time, it's also another fodder for some of my ritual effects. If for
Mm,
some reason I get, or if for some reason my spell seeker gets deadly rollicked again.
mhm.
So
Pangkaling dawig daw, pangkaling dawig.
pangkaling the weak is, so
Actually,
ayun
ang
naman.
maganda rin ng Orcish Bowmasters ngayon kasi sabi nga natin sa last podcast natin, Team Natrashos seems to be a thing now, right? Parang
Mhm.
we saw, there's baka may re-emergence of that deck, and
Uh-huh.
green is actually better without Dockside and without Dockside mana creep. So,
Yes.
mana is more needed more than ever, so green decks might emerge again. So, Orcish Bowmaster is actually strong against dorks. So, pew pew pew. Patay, 'di
Yeah,
ba?
pew, pew,
Akin na yung
pew.
lalawer mo, akin na yung birds mo, 'di ba? So,
Exactly, oo.
I think
So
it's a tempo card right now, and ang laking bagay niya kapag tempo swing 'yun kapag napigilan mo yung puro dork decks na may Fiendhorn, may Shaman, may
mhm.
nung mga dork na nakalagi-lagi
Oh,
diyan, 'di ba?
Deathright, 'di
Noble,
ba?
Edig
Deathright.
Noble.
Yeah, yung mga
Though
Deathright
Deathright is
Shaman.
2, pero kapag may nag-draw, ETB plus draw, boom, patay ang
Exactly,
Deathright,
oh.
'di ba?
Isa rin yun kasi sa mga threat in terms of a reanimator deck. The way the Inala
Mm,
deck works is, may reanimation kasi siya. So, it's
mhm,
really, kaya yung mga nagra-run ng mga Grap Digger's Cage, good job.
mm, mm.
So,
So,
yun.
right now, there's an 8 difference from your original deck to the new
Mm.
one. How do you feel running it right?
In all honesty, medyo sometimes awkward siya, sa totoo lang. Kasi yun nga yung nakagisnan mo na speed kasi, hindi naman siya kasing bilis ng rogue side, don't get me wrong. It's just really a matter of, running, uh, parang kailangan mo lang talagang i-adjust yung playstyle mo na huwag ka masyadong atat. Kasi most of the time, ang weakness ko dito sa deck na 'to is masyado akong impatient. So, pagka naiinip na ako, mag-a-attempt na ako, bahala na kayo sa buhay niyo. I don't know, for some reason sa ibang gumagana naman na even if ma-blow out, nakakagawa pa rin ng way. So, sometimes kasi pagka nag-attempt ako, biglang masasagutan na, then someone will win on their turn, yung isang
Mhm,
cycle na yun. So, it's kinda awkward to play at the moment, pero, maybe it's just me. I just need to play it more. Pero ayun, so far naman kaya may dalawa lang din akong CEDH deck. Sometimes si Tivit na yung nagiging pampatanggal umay if I want to do control stuff as well. So, yun
so
naman.
parang kumbaga ang alternate mo talaga is more of Tivit, no? Pero alam mo,
Oo.
pare ko, ito kasi Inala has always been something na you don't see in the top 16, pero here in the Philippines kasi, or here in Metro Manila, and I don't know, 'di ba, makikita mo naman sa mga events natin, or events ng TGE. Again, shout out to TGE, no. That's where I usually play tournaments, pero we do have tournament winners here right now. And one
Mhm.
of them is actually a very well-known
Inala player.
Inala player. So,
Yes.
I wanted to ask, no, Mick, are you there? Napatch ba natin si Mick? Mick, nandiyan ka ba?
Hello po. Magandang
Hello po,
gabi.
Ayan.
hello. Ay, welcome po sa
Ayan,
podcast.
welcome sa podcast. So, Mick here. So let me just introduce Mick. He's been a consistent placer and winner of some of the toxic gaming events here in Metro Manila. If you've been in Tambayan and if you know that group or those events, you'd see his name mostly on the top 4 or even winning those tournaments. He's a very
Mhm.
good Inala player, and I wanted to ask kasi we're on the topic of Inala. Mick, sa tingin mo ngayon, playing tournaments, I know you've been maining TNK, Blue Farm pre-ban. Now that post-ban, how's Inala faring?
I think, uh, well, maraming nasasabing the loss of Mana Crypt and Dockside isn't so big.
Mhm.
Pero it requires a lot of retooling for it to maintain or yeah, it requires a lot of retooling to maintain or at least be as fast as before.
Hmm.
Um, well, yung sa Dockside, it's not really the speed but more on the layers.
Mhm.
So, kung meron dating 20 ways to win with Inala, nabawasan ata ako ng 4 or
Gusto ko yung may
something.
16 ways ka pa. Gusto ko yung may 16, gusto ko yung may 16 ways ka pa doon, bro.
So, I think I like that Echo and I have different perspectives dito sa like how to tweak Inala. Si Echo is um looking for ways how to survive yung inclusion ng Oppo, yung dual caster, I'm very curious how it's gonna work.
Mhm.
Pero another perspective is how can you replace those layers with different sets of layers pa?
Mhm.
Kasi kung ang strategy mo is to go, hindi man sagot to go fast, but to be on the aggressive side, how do you how do you manage now that you have less guns, kumbaga?
Mhm.
Ayun, I was able to play test it earlier for several games. Totoo rin naman yung totoo yung if you are the main threat of the board, people will try to kill you kahit wala ka na talagang
In the
wala
club,
ka na
right?
talagang
In the
bago.
club.
Pero at the same time, the good thing about Inal, and without without divulging the secrets masyado,
Mhm.
Yung 16 ways mo, other ways mo to win.
may times na when you play Inal, alam nila kung ano yung papunta sa kanila, pero they still can't do anything about it. And that's what I love about the deck. And that's probably a similar mindset rin in playing Rogsai. And si Inigo dito,
Mhm.
Turbo, ano
Mhm.
rin, Crit. More than the deck composition, yung ganong mindset na,
Mhm.
that helps a lot.
I see, I see. Thank you, sa ano, and I know, thank you for being here with us, no, Mick, and thank you for your insights. Alam mo, idol ko yan. We've been playing for last 2 years. Kaya ako may parang trauma sa Inala dahil sa kanya. Pag may 3 mana plus 1 black, parang, oh no, he's gonna win.
Kaya pa binabaril nyo ng binabaril si Echo kahit nagsisetok pa yung
Yun yung ano namin eh.
What's
Yun yung lagi
coming?
ko mentality. Kapag nakikita ko si Echo nagkakas ng kung ano dyan. Oh no! Trauma.
Who's coming in? So,
Pero, ayun. Thank you very much for for chiming in. So Echo, in terms of siguro dial back tayo onte.
sure.
Do you still play casual? Do you still play casual?
Uh, if there's a pod, but mostly I play CDH. But yeah, if there is, I do have a casual deck pa rin naman.
Mhm. What do you
So,
play though? What do you play as casual?
I play a group hug deck, bro. Miss Bumbleflower.
Okay.
Oh,
Ito,
so,
nilagay ko yung group hot deck mo sa aking
yes, group hug
share,
yan.
share. Oh,
Yes.
kamusta? Ano ba tong si
That's,
Miss Bumbleflower?
it's a,
Mukhang
wait,
mapagpanggap yung itsura nito ah.
Pre, it's the bunny. So this is Miss Bumbleflower. It's one and bant, green, white, blue. Legendary creature, rabbit citizen. It has vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a +1/+1
Mhm.
counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, you draw 2 cards, and it's a
Mhm.
1/5 rabbit. So,
Okay.
kita mo naman mabait na mabait yung deck ko, namimigay ako ng cards. I give cards. Eh, ah, kita mo naman 'di ba? So, Miss
Parang di ako na
Bumbleflower,
mukhang
oo.
anong ano niya, how does this win though? How does this win?
Ah, it wins in many
Be
ways.
be an asshole, gano'n?
How can you be an asshole if you give cards to people? Can you not? I already made my case. So, ayun. Ah,
Pero anong win con mo dito? Ano bang win con nito, men?
there's a few ways to win kasi technically, yes, it's Miss Bumbleflower pero siya lang yung fallback plan. Dahil ang
Okay.
pinaka-main superstar ng deck na 'to ay si Chulainn, Teller of Tales.
So, Chulainn talaga 'to, ano
Sure.
lang, ano lang.
So
Chulainn talaga
for
'tong deck na 'to.
those who don't know, Chulainn Teller of Tales 2, then banned green, white, blue. It's a legendary creature, human druid with vigilance. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Then it has an activated ability of 3, then tap, return target creature you control to its owner's hand. So the way it works is it wins by the Chulainn lines, which is Shrieking Drake. Shrieking Drake,
Freaking
then
Drake.
yes, then you draw your whole deck. Then Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Medyo ano
So
tayo,
paano 'to, Shrieking Drake, ano ba 'to,
so
paano yung combo line niya? Sorry, Alam ko
base
parang si Shrieking Drake parang nagbabalik lang siya ng creature, Ano yung binabalik niya?
so basically kasi meron siyang intruder alarm combo. So if you notice the deck has a lot of dorks, right?
Gotcha.
So
That's an
basically,
enchantment, right?
yeah, it is. So intruder
Ayun,
alarm.
Intruder Alarm.
Yep. So to win a blue, creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps. However, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, untap all creatures. So what it does is when you cast Shrieking Drake, Chulainn will trigger. You draw a card, right? Then
Mhm.
when Shrieking Drake ETB's intruder alarm triggers, then you untap your dorks. Then Shrieking
Hmm.
Drake on the stack, you bounce Shrieking Drake, then you cast it
Mhm.
all over again.
So parang ano siya, only mana, only
Draw.
draw combo kung nandiyan si Chulainn. Pero it's
Mhm.
mostly Intruder Alarm plus Shrieking Drake equals plus Dorks equals only
Only
mana.
mana,
Then,
yes.
ako meron ka ditong masamang card Walking Ballista. Yun.
So yun, may walking ballista rin siya kasi meron siyang Heliod Sun Crown.
At
Then,
as
at
meron
the
ka lang,
same time, oo, meron din tayong Trashos diyan for mana sink.
and nakita ko may Lab Mania ka for draw
Mania.
your deck.
Yes. So ayun. This deck is again a group hug deck with double
Di
coats.
talaga siya group hug, pero sige, go.
Double coats, double coats. And it
Sige,
also
bullshit.
wind up. Anyway, so it also runs the Machine God Effigy Devoted Druid line.
Oo nga 'no, may devoted
So,
din.
ayun, ayun lang. So,
May banto, wala kang Swift reconfiguration.
wala unfortunately kasi, wala ako nung card na yun.
Um,
So, ayun.
baka meron, check mo next Tuesday, 5 AM sa Rule of Law baka meron. Feeling
Baka
ko
meron.
meron yan, baka meron.
Titingnan natin sa Tuesday.
Check mo,
So yun,
shoutout sa Rule of Law, shoutout sa Rule of Law.
shoutouts. So ayun, yun lang. So this deck, typically, ang ginagawa niya yung illusion na tropa tayo. I'll give you cards, bigyan
Oo.
kita ng counter kung kailangan mo, right? Mamatay na ba? Sige, cast ako para may counter ka. Tapos draw ka na rin.
Hmm,
O wag mo akong atakihin na, bati tayo Something like
hmm.
that. Pero
I see, I
once
see.
it's already set up, it will go ahead and kill people out of nowhere.
I
So
see.
naman, ikaw ba, Beshi, ano bang casual deck mo?
So ako right now, what I'm using, so I have it here. It's called Git Good. Lagyan natin.
Ano
Ang
ba yung
pangalan
git
niya,
good mo?
ang pangalan niya, dito is si Gitrog, Gitrog, the Ravenous Ride, or baliktad yata, the Gitrog Ravenous Ride. So,
Okay.
ano to? It's a black and green commander. Ano ko naman tawag doon? Golgari. Tama ba? Golgari.
Golgari, yes. Green and black.
Ah, Green and black. It's three colorless plus one black and one green. It's a 6/5 ano ba to? Frog horror mount. Tingnan mo naman.
Mm,
It has
ah,
trample and haste.
okay.
Tapos whenever the Gitrog Ravenous Ride deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice a creature that saddled it this turn. If you do, draw X cards, then put up to X land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Saddle 1. So, basically, yung deck na to is low CMC creatures with high power or power matters deck siya, kumbaga.
Okay.
So, ang mga creatures dito ay low CMC, mostly from maximum of 2 to 4 CMC, pero with high power, mga 5/5, 7/7 na may mga drawback. Like Lupin prototype is a 2 to cast artifact creature wolf construct na 5/5.
Okay.
Pero it cannot attack or block unless a player has no cards in hand. So hindi naman talaga attack to eh. Kumbaga,
Sasakay
saddle
lang
lang.
yan.
Sasakay lang to the Ravenous Ride. So
Aangas
it
lang, aangas.
angkas lang to, makikimove it. So actually ang ginagawa lang talaga nung deck is I have a lot of these type of creatures and I play Gitrog, I saddle it, and then I draw a huge ton amount of cards, and I also play lands from the cards that I drew. So it's a very fast ramp deck, and ang goal lang niya talaga is actually isa lang. Is mailabas yung Witherbloom Apprentice combo ko. So
Smuggers.
Smugger alert. So
Smugger.
ang ginagawa, everything points to one direction. Actually, this deck is pretty straightforward. Ang gusto ko lang sa kanya kasi it can win out of nowhere. It's really fast. Tapos nakakatuwa kasi yung win by attacking pero it's not really attacking. So I have a card here which is Wall of Blood, which is 3 to cast, 0/2 wall. And what it does is that if you pay 1 life, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So what you do is you saddle this to Gitrog while it's attacking. Pag in-attack mo siya, pay 30 life. Pag sinacrifice mo siya, draw 30, tapos you may put up to 30 lands from your hand to the to the battlefield tap.
Diyos ko, Lord.
Parang ang nag-add nos in casual. Ang saya niya. So, once you get there, diba, having those hands, there's also ways to try to make use of those tap lands. So, one would be Reign of Filth. So, I have Reign of Filth here where it's 1 black, and until end of turn, lands you control gain, sacrifice this land, add 1 black. So, kumbaga, kahit na tapped yun, magagamit ko pa rin siya for mana. Also, I have things here that untap lands when they come into the battlefield or when they enter the battlefield. I have Tiller Engine, which is a 2 CMC 1/3 construct that it has to when a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1, untap that land or tap target non-land permanent on opponent control. So what you do is, if kunwari mag-draw ng 30, merong 15 lands doon, ayun, pasok. Untap na yung land na yon. Or there's the other one which is nasan yun? Tireless Provisioner. So ito naman, pag may pumasok na land, nagke-create siya ng food or treasure. So it converts that tap land to a treasure. So basically it just runs the Hoarding Broodlord line as well, which is where you get Hoarding Broodlord to the graveyard, reanimate it, tapos you ETB search for Saw in Half, cast or convoke Saw in Half, targeting Hoarding Broodlord, make 2 Hoarding Broodlords, get sacrifice, and then get Professor Onyx, which is my may backup win con if
Witherbloom.
mamatay si Witherbloom. So you get Professor Onyx, and then you also get your chain of
Chain of
smog,
Smog.
and then
Yeah.
win through Magecraft. So basically yun lang yung ginagawa ng deck. There's no other way. It just makes it go faster to that direction. Wala na siya masyadong paikot-ikot pa. It's just I just wanna win as fast as I can, is as weirdly as I can. So yun yung goal ng deck. So far, in one of our in one of our Team 6750 tournaments, this actually I think this won, right?
Yeah,
In one
the
of
deck
our tournaments.
the
So
deck one, yeah.
unfortunately, it wasn't me. I think I was fourth in that tournament. Pero it ran really good nung
Mm.
tournament na yon. So I decided to keep it as one of my casual decks right now, which is more modern kasi I used to have different kinds of decks like Zada and Orvar, which is a little bit meaner. Pero this one, I think its pacing is slow enough that it's casual, and then although it's combo-y enough to just wanna win too. So not just, stay for 2 hours and just do nothing. So
Yeah.
yun na yung decks ko. So actually ito lang yung ginagamit ko ngayon most of the time.
Mm. Well, to be fair naman, you have 3 CEDH decks and you have a casual deck. So typically our play or our schedules naman every Saturday is mostly CEDH, right? Ngayon kasi mas rare na yung mga casual. Meron din naman mga naglalarong casual pero most of the time kasi we play CEDH eh. So I think it's okay na we keep at least one casual deck when it's needed, right?
Oo.
So yun lang din naman yan.
Alright. So yun nga guys, that's us, right? I think those are the decks that we play, our current history, and for me myself, no, just to add in terms of, who I am, I somewhat play tournaments across Metro Manila too. As long as malapit sa Quezon City area, fight yan sa we have friends that are also playing those tournaments, so I play there as well. Mostly again, shout out to Toxic Gaming events. Back in naman, tatlong beses na yan. So, I usually play those events, but mostly I actually play in Team 6750, which is in 6750 Makati with my play group, and where we do quarterly events of CEDH for our own play group. So, we usually that's what I love the most. Pero I also love playing our $100 tournaments
Set.
almost every set that comes
Yeah,
out. So
every standard set.
Lawrence, which and some of other sponsors for our play group actually pitch in for a free tournament every set. So actually Lawrence from Rule of Law actually provides majority of the prizes for top 8. Tapos a lot of people pitch in. Actually, most of the play group, they provide their own cards. They provide like sleeves, bags, or deck boxes for prizes for the whole play group. And para lang meron kaming, every set na kapag tournament kami, $100 budgeted tournaments. So I really
Yes.
love those as well kasi I really love brewing, and I think our play group, it's a mix of both casual and CDH. And now that we're doing that, I think it's healthy. Pampatanggal umay. I mean, we can't do CDH every week, right? So kumbaga those kinds of tournaments put in like more color to the play group.
Yes.
Ikaw pare ko do you play tournaments? Ano bang kaganapan?
Ayun, if usually naman for the CEDH tournaments, ever since I went back, I was playing in the CEDH tournaments that we had. Also for $100, if there isn't anything on the scheduled day, I'll be there. Lagi naman. So, yun, piggybacking on what you mentioned, it's really a good change of air na sometimes we have the casual tournaments, Sometimes we have the CEDH tournaments, and also the community that we built there is really great in terms of that. Kasi yung mga pitch in or mga donations na sinasabi mo, they're not forced by anyone. Everyone is just pitching in just because they want to. Hindi naman, wala
And
naman
then
namimilit, wala namang sabi, uy, magbigay ka naman. Walang ganon. There's
wala,
no such
oo.
thing. Yes.
And that's what I love, right? Parang with the community that the Team 6750 has built, it feels like everybody's just doing it. They're doing it for the community rather than for anything else. Diba? It's to make sure that everybody has fun, everybody just does their own thing. Tapos every now and then we do these kinds of tournaments, and then everybody just provides sometimes monetary value, and then or monetary stuff, or
Mm-mm.
anything in kind. And again, shout out to, I think, One Works also provides some of the or sponsor some of the prizes that we currently
Yeah.
have. So back in a man, back in a man.
Also, yeah, a big shout outs to OneWorks kasi he's also the one who's providing our 6750 custom tokens, right?
Oo,
So
yung mga custom
remember, yung
tokens natin,
mga
medyo
custom
maangas yung
tokens,
tsura eh.
sometimes people ask, where did you get that? Is it purchasable? No, it's just free with our free CDH, free $100 tournament.
Oh.
Binibigay lang yun. So, good stuff.
All right. So that's basically who we are. I think we wanted to make sure that moving forward, you guys understand sino ba yung mga boys of Yaw Yaw. Pare, ano ba ang ibig bago tayo mag-wrap up, bro, at kung masabi natin kung ano na bang mga susunod para sa atin. Alam mo, may isa pang tanong eh. May isa pang tanong na
Oh.
pare, ano ba, bakit boys of Yaw Yaw nga ba? Yung dapat nating itanong dito eh.
Well, actually, Yaw Yaw, I'm not really sure where it came from. Feeling ko sa akin eh. Pero, for
Feeling
me,
talaga sa'yo, bro.
akin, feeling ko talaga. Kasi
Puro kasi
usually,
Yaw Yaw.
yeah, that's basically the catchphrase. So, what I usually do is whenever we're playing, if someone talks a lot or does a lot of any other extracurricular activities that they have, I always say, puro ka yaw-yaw eh. You just go ahead
Dami
and
mong
take your
opinion.
turn. Puro ka yaw-yaw, right?
Pag
So,
marami kang opinion
yeah.
sa
So,
buhay, tsaka sa
honestly,
card mo.
honestly, if people people asked last week, ano ba ibig sabihin ng yaw-yaw? Honestly, I don't know. It's just me saying puro ka salita. Laro ka na lang.
So actually, that's who we are. I think kami, I think most of the time when you play with us, we're the noisiest one. It's either me that's angry on something, or maraming
Yes.
pinagsasabi yun. Pero maraming kalokohan yung island boy natin kaibigan.
Uh,
si
so,
Eko. Kaya to si Beshi Meko, daming siya yung inaatak kapag siya
daming
yung
yaw-yaw eh. Tipo nga to, ba't ako? Tapos hindi mo sure. Diba? Laging may
Dahil
side
side
comment.
comment eh.
Yun yung yaw-yaw. Dami mong side comment. So, let us establish here sa episode 2, ano ba ibig sabihin ng yaw-yaw? Yun. So, don't worry, hindi naman siya kahit ano, you can use it whatever you like. Basta dami mong yaw-yaw. Spread the word. Okay?
All right. Now that we know, now that we
Mm.
have established the meaning of Yaw Yaw, what's next for us, my friend?
Well, definitely, we'll go ahead and still have these sessions. So I think this is our second episode. So, um, I think moving forward, we can go ahead and do this. We are finding time and it's really a good experience. And so far naman, maganda naman yung feedback from the last episode. So I think we can go ahead and still continue
Hello.
this.
What do you think what would be the best, ano bang gusto nating I think, actually, for everybody that's listening, may, kami, kaya namin nabuo joke time kami sa Discord na parang, tara, podcast tayo, Deck. Kunwari, may parating na $100 tournament.
Yes.
Tara, Deck tayo, Deck episode. So, we actually,
yun.
parang nagkukunwa ko na rin ang aming mga podcasters sa loob ng Discord. Tapos, we start to discuss decks and how do we try to refine it, or what do we think will be the best combo. Tapos, meron din kaming mga times na pinag-uusapan yung bago namin. Nakita nyo ba na tumataas yung ganitong deck sa ano? And I think we'll be discussing more of that. I think now that we're entering this podcast as newbies and we're really new. Pero actually it hasn't been long where we just did our own thing, just discussing with our friends here on what the next decks would look like, our opinions regarding like the most recent bans or any meta shift in decks in CDH, or what will be the next best $100 deck in the next set.
This
So
set, yes.
right.
So
So
what
I think
does
there will be more of that in terms of the next coming episodes. We really want to invite everybody to like, share, and subscribe. And the guys that are here, actually, we have a lot of listeners today. Shout out to the
yeah.
group. Isa-isahin na natin kasi nandito na tayo.
Go
Beljon,
ahead. Shout out
Master
sa'yo.
Beljon, Beldy. We
Master
have Demon
Belby.
Lord Kira, Mr. Engineer. What is money but paper? And syempre, si Supreme Leader, Lawrence
Rule of
Dualo from
law.
Lure of Law. Back in a man.
Mm. We also
We
have
have
Kevin from California. Then we have our championess, Boss Meek. We also
Boss
have
Vic.
our Creek players from the last episode, Boss Reg and Inigo. And we also have Jeremy from Japan. So, thank you sa mga live listeners natin.
And
So,
again, you'll be hearing more of these guys in upcoming episodes. Like the last one, kasi majority of the conversations that we have are usually as a group. We try to mediate. Me and Echo try to mediate discussions. Pero most of the time, most of the discussions are very healthy among this play group, and that's what we want to introduce. No, that kind of
mm,
conversation. So a little bit different from this episode. Kasi we wanted you guys to know us. Siyempre, kung sino ba tong mga to, ano bang ginagawa nila, bakit
ano ba
to.
itong mga to?
Sa totoo
Puro
lang,
siyaw-yaw.
yaw naman to mga to ba yan? Pero we wanted to make sure that we introduce ourselves first before, moving forward with the podcast. So again,
Yes.
guys, thank you very much. Echo, can you close for my friend?
Yeah, so again, like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for listening or watching. And you can find us at YouTube, Voice of Yao Yao. Just go ahead and type it there. Then yeah, leave a like and a comment if you have any requests or if you have anything that you'd like to say on the podcast. We're open to those kinds of thing. Okay,
All right.
so
Thank
yeah,
you very much from Boys of Yao Yao. Peace out, boys.
ciao.